Oh boy. His eyes gonna go today. There we go.
Listen, what a travel day, guys. We are bringing you a kind of impromptu, live, quick blitz, unscripted, off the regular beaten path. Still on a Monday, but from the Bay because the Panthers have a prime time game tonight, a couple of hours. Vashti Hurt is here with me as my beautiful co-host. So we're actually side by side today. I'm Sheena.
Okay, so yeah, let's go. See? This is the
This is our
podcast,
setup,
guys.
guys. We went through hell and high water to bring you guys
Feel.
this live today from Levi Stadium. Prime time, Vashti. Are you ready?
I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm ready. Are the Panthers
Do you think the
ready?
Panthers are ready? I think they're
That's
ready. I think they're
Sheena.
ready.
Sheena has a. She hit
I
me
have a
today when we
feeling.
talked. She has a feeling. What are your feelings?
I, First of all, this is a very winnable game. I know, all the alarms and the panic buttons went off with Kate Mays is going to be out, as well as Christian Roseboom and Trevin Wallace. Claudine Sherlis did amazing last week in place of Trevin Wallace. But is that going to be enough, not only to stop Christian McCaffrey, but George Kittle? And I think there is. I think the 49ers are dealing with just as many issues as the Panthers are.
I think that this is a very winnable game for Carolina. And what annoyed me this week was that we kept hearing, "Oh, the Panthers have a signature win." They said that and they beat Dallas. They said that they went to Green Bay and beat Green Bay. It seems like the goalpost is continually moving, but this team performs well on the road when they are not the favorite. And so, I don't know if this is going to be the Panthers team that we saw against the Saints or the Panthers team that we saw against the Falcons. And
I'm
that's
gonna
what
tell
we're
you
going to have to
this.
know.
It better not be the Panthers team that was seen against the Saints after I took a plane, train, and an automobile to get here. I got here at 2:15 local time. So yeah, this better not be the team that showed up against the Saints. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and it's this is a big game. First of all, the Panthers are dealing with some injuries. This is what Canales said this week about those injuries.
Cade made out there today. Can you shed light on what happened? I know he showed up on the injury report yesterday with the ankle. Can you shed light on what happened yesterday and the plan going forward?
Yeah, finished practice and just wasn't quite feeling right. Looked at when we looked back at it afterwards, looked at the film. You could see where he was starting to get a little bit tender and sensitive on the ankle. So we evaluated him afterwards, and today just didn't feel like we can get him turned around. So we shut him down. We're gonna shut him down for this week.
And that means Austin at the
Yeah,
center
so
spot.
Austin will go and play center.
Of promoting Nick Samac to the starting
Yeah,
spot.
that's the plan right now is to get Nick back up there. So we have two good centers ready to go.
And then at the linebacker spot, how is Trevin? I know he's week to week, but on Thursday you talked about, hey, we got to figure out where Trevin is before all these other dominoes can fall. How has Trevin Wallace progressed?
Yeah, it didn't feel like we turned the corner quickly enough to feel confident to put him back out there. So we weren't able to get him work today. And so it looks like we're going to this weekend and Trevin will not be playing.
Does that mean Chris Barnes is going to get a third
Yes.
center?
Yep, we'll get Chris Barnes up. Cloud will be ready to go. Muma played a little bit, a couple of snaps last game, so the guys are ready. Brought in Jacoby Windman, who's been with us before on the practice squad. So just making sure we have enough bodies in that room to be able to get that done. And of course, you understand the implication on special teams, making sure we have these guys available to cover kicks.
I mean, and this brings us to this question right here by Panther Gal. Anyone else worried about our temporary green dot? Yes, that's a big responsibility. And I think it's going to be Claudin. I think his Barnes will be the other guy that's going to be starting. But I mean, when you got a guy like Christian McCaffrey, that's big.
That's huge. That's huge. A secondary part of that defense, or the second, you know what I mean. Y'all know the secondary. The second phase of that defense has always been kind of a thin area for them that got even thinner without Wallace and Roseboom. So that definitely is a concern. But again, I know that Christian McCaffrey is the focal point because he's a great player and there are the Carolina ties. But I think that people are heavily discounting George Kittle and how the Panthers have had issues defending tight ends. Whenever a team has a strong tight end and they use him, the Panthers have had issues defending that. So I think that more so than Christian McCaffrey, Kittle could be a problem. Kittle is who I'm more concerned about tonight than Christian McCaffrey.
Is this the San Francisco Christian McCaffrey?
if you make them one dimensional, but that's with any team. You make any team in the NFL one dimensional, you control the tempo of the game, and that's what's going to be really, really important tonight. And dare I say, the Panthers are now tied for the NFC South lead and can take the outright lead with a win tonight.
The San Francisco 49ers offensively, they're 10th in total offense, 13th in yards per play. But this is where it gets kind of funky. Um, they've been intercepted 10 times. Sacks allowed, they're 19th. Third down percentage, they're third. Rushing offense, they're 27th. So Christian McCaffrey is their leading receiver and their
Receiver.
leading rusher. My
Now I
mom
think
said we cannot hear well enough to stay tuned. Are you guys having audio issues?
because we're kind of trying to talk a little lower because we're in the press
Maybe
box
we're too
today.
close.
Oh, do you think it's like feedback?
Maybe.
You guys hit the comments and also the Twitter. Let us know if you're having audio issues because we normally do this from our homes. I don't want to shout, so I've been like a little bit quiet because we are in the press box. Let's see, let's talk about this. Yeah.
Is that better? Somebody says a little static.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. We moved a little further apart to see if you guys can hear us. Let's
Somebody said
see.
we can hear.
We can hear. Okay, perfect. But again,
Somebody
this is
says
this
we're
is unscripted. Okay, good. So we're good now, V.
all right.
It's better. We moved apart. It's a little bit better.
Hopefully I'm not sitting in somebody's seat, but if I am, they'll deal. They will deal. Um, yeah, guys, I think that's a legitimate concern. I think it's a legitimate concern, but this team has been able to produce when they've been in these situations. Offensive line has been a revolving door. Linebackers kind of been a revolving door. Every other position has been pretty solidified, but these guys have stepped up when they need to, and there's no bigger time for them to do so than right now. Here's what Bryce said about the 49ers offense.
They do a great job of matching patterns and being sticky in man coverage, and a good job of getting after the ball in disruption and in zones, being where they're supposed to be in their spots. They're very smart players as well. You can tell with the pattern recognition how comfortable they are. So again, it's a great opportunity for us. I have a really good scheme, good coaching staff, so it's great for us. We know we have to be at our best, and we're excited for that challenge throughout the week. Give ourselves the opportunity to be there, and then we're going to perform on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Bryce, this is how QB9 came to the building today. What you think?
I like it. I think he's stepping into his own. He's growing up. We don't see Bryce with the Nike Tech or the joggers, the sweats, looking like it's his first day of class on a college campus. He's elevating. He's growing as a person. I mean, he's still very young, but I think he's kind of starting to show us a little bit more of his personality through his fits. That's my opinion. I
See,
like it though. I think it's drip.
I needed to see, and we're gonna do official drip and a trip in. I just wanted to put this up because last week Bryce came with the shades. I like the outfit is cool. It's still giving a little more Concord Mills than what we got last week.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I'm just saying. But at least it's something. At least it's something. It's not like last week I was like, okay, on your head. This
Oh,
week is
the
not get
glasses. Yeah, because I asked him, I said, did you use the stylus? And he said, no, I just grabbed it out the closet. I said, okay, grab some more stuff out your closet.
well
I
that
asked him,
well
I told him, I said, I saw the sunglasses and you were about to cook. And then Bryce fashion, of course, he kind of laughed. I said, well, did you use a stylist this time? And he said, no. He said, I mean, he spoke of Aisha. He said, she's great, but I don't use a stylist. I just grabbed this out of my closet.
okay.
So
Well,
that's
it
his
looked like he
style.
grabbed this one out his closet too. But it was cool. Hey, y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Um,
Who is this jogger behind me? Back and forth.
so TV guys.
Oh, okay. I'm
Audio is
like,
the
do I
audio
need to
still
run as
good?
well?
If the audio's still good, guys, let me know.
I'm going to check the Twitter comments to see
Also,
if
make
it's
sure you are
those.
subscribing. We never do these pre-games. And yes, somebody asked on Twitter, are we still doing a halftime space. Yes, we will still do
Always,
a halftime
absolutely.
space. Make sure you're subscribing and and to our YouTube channel. We're almost at 1,000. We're like 50 away, so we need y'all to go ahead and do that. Mike brings up a good point. Look good, play good. The Panthers will have they will debut a new uniform set today. I actually thought I uploaded that video. I might have to
Of
get it.
JC
They don't
talking
have,
about it.
yeah, white pants, white jerseys, black socks, black helmets. I actually think that that's going to be a pretty good combo. Let me see if I can find that video. I uploaded it. Now, what is this? Why would
Girl,
you do this?
the same one. I already restricted you on Instagram. Like, don't make me do this.
You want us to call you out? Is this the attention that you wanted?
See,
Unnecessary.
I tried to keep it super cute and super cool, Vashti. You didn't told me, hey, Sheena, don't say nothing. But
I
this is
did.
ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Like now I'm getting pissed off, and now I'm gonna start saying mean things, and it's your
It was
fault.
nobody said anything. We were talking about this was unnecessary, right? Like
This is the same guy that was putting that comment on all of my Instagram posts, and I had to restrict him over there. So now you come over here. You're not coming over here to advertise your podcast. I haven't said anything to you guys. I can start if you want me to. We're not gonna go there. So anyway,
all
the
right.
chat
So
the,
we,
the chat
oh, I
spoke.
didn't mean to put that one up.
The chat spoke.
My bad. Yeah, that was unnecessary, but that's
Spoke.
cool. Yeah, trolling. Somebody trolling.
I'm not the person to troll at all. Like, I'm not the bigger person, baby. I do not. I'm not the bigger person. You go low, I'm taking it to hell. Just anyway, back to Quick Blitz.
That's a quick
Back to
blitz.
what
Yeah,
we're doing
so
over here.
I'm gonna see if I can get that video uploaded real quick of JC talking about the uniform. But I'm actually looking forward to this combo. I think it's gonna look good under the light. Um, but before we do that, because we're gonna go down to the field and get some video. Sheena, what are your keys to the game today?
Keys to the keys to the game obviously are to get in the backfield. It's going to be a lot of pressure on that front three to get in Brock Purdy's face to stop Christian McCaffrey because, like Derek Brown said, if he gets past you, you got a problem. Don't let him get into the secondary where you know that you're a little bit thinner than normal. You know what I mean? So just make sure. Anyway, just make sure that you're disrupting their offensive backfield as much as possible because I feel like as Christian McCaffrey goes, so do the 49ers. They have other playmakers on that side of the ball, but he sets the tone. And just being able to disrupt Brock Purdy kind of takes George Kittle out of it as well. You force him to be a pass blocker, run blocker, and he doesn't pose as much of an offensive threat as far as receiving goes. And again, like you said, Christian McCaffrey is leading them in receiving. So as he goes, so does the team.
Yeah, I think they gotta get a pass rush. They gotta get a pass
For sure.
rush. If they disrupt, first, I mean, all the guys when I ask them, they say it starts with the run. So it does start with stopping the run, but also
Yeah.
I'd like to see the pass rush get going. They didn't really do too much last week against the Falcons and still got the win. Offensively, I mean, run the ball,
Yeah.
and that has worked. I think because of last week's game, more people are going to respect the pass. Now you got to respect the pass. You got to respect the run. You got to respect both of those components. So I just, run the ball and stop the run. That's usually where it stops. I
Yeah.
don't think that
For
Brock
sure.
Purdy is the type of guy who can bomb you out of a game. I just don't think that he's that. I don't think that he's that player.
I mean, he's a manager, and there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. But make Brock Purdy be it.
Somebody asked, how is the San Francisco offensive line? As far as sacks
19th in
allowed,
sacks allowed,
they're 18th in sacks allowed.
or 18th. Okay.
So, I think that's an
That's an
opportunity
opportunity
for.
for sure.
I also think low key, I think JC get him one this week. I thought he was
And
gonna
not
get him
only
one last week, but I think
I did
JC's
too.
gonna get him one this week.
Well, not for nothing. I think that this could be a Trayvon Merrick legacy game, Panthers legacy
Hmm.
game. Anyway, I think that he's someone that we haven't really talked about a ton, but it's closer to the line that he plays, the more productive that he is, and they may need him to play that role with them being a little thinner at linebacker today. So My eyes on the defensive side of the ball are on Trayvon Merrick.
Somebody says, who do y'all think will have a breakout game that people are not
Trayvon
suspecting?
Merrick. Merrick for me. It's Merrick for me.
Offensively, I think JT Sanders gets in the end zone this week. I think JT Sanders gets in the end zone this week.
Let me pull up their pass defense because I hadn't looked at that.
Yeah, I hope Corbett doesn't get cooked his third straight time getting the start. That's a
I just
legitimate
hope
concern.
my concerns are the snaps more so than getting cooked. Like, you can't have Bryce fishing around and jumping into the air to get snaps because that messes up the chemistry and the flow of the game. So we saw that in Jacksonville glaringly to open the season. So hopefully, if they like you said before, he can't get cooked.
Somebody says Charlotte Sports Fanatic, everybody's talking about CMC versus Carolina, but what about Bryce and T Mac coming a homecoming game? Think they will have big games for that.
And
I mean,
Canales. And
I
Canales.
feel like homecoming for them would be LA though. There's a big difference between the Bay and LA. Now, yeah,
Several
West
hours.
Coast, but like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure both of them have a lot of fans. A couple of the guys that people think will have breakout games: Coker, um, J.C. Horn, XL,
These are all
Mr.
good
William.
candidates. I like this.
Coker gets in the end zone tonight. Somebody said breakout game for Sporting.
Could be. We could get him a sack or two. I think the opportunity is definitely going to be there. We have to talk about also a soft zone that everyone loves is not going to work tonight.
He's not going to go away from it though.
It's not going to work tonight. Like a soft zone against somebody like Christian McCaffrey, he will eat plentifully and often.
That's why you can't
So
let him get past that. You can't let him get
you can't
past
let him
that.
get in
He can't get to
that.
that
Yeah,
second level.
he can't. You can't let him get to the second level because I just feel like that the zone is just way, way too soft. And yeah, you can't do that.
Jim-
You can't be playing 8 yards off on 35.
I actually like this one by Kyrie. Jimmy gets his first career tutty. I wouldn't be mad if they used him a little bit more,
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
in goal line type situations. I wouldn't be
Right.
surprised about that. And then I know that we said that is the linebackers are a concern, and they legitimately are a concern. But I don't think that they would be the ones to cause a Panthers game.
I don't think so either. Score prediction. Well,
I
we
don't
don't do
think that
score predictions on. We don't do score predictions on Quick.
yeah,
Do
we
you
don't
do a
do
score
score
prediction, Vash? I
predictions.
haven't
I
done one. I
usually
haven't
don't
done one
do
in a couple
score
years.
predictions. I usually don't do
Maybe.
score predictions. Um, but yeah, somebody says, oh, Panther Pickle says T Mac is doing a live interview with ESPN right now.
Sideline. I don't
I
see
don't
him.
know. I don't see him on the sideline. But guys,
What?
what time is it? 3:43. We're
Three
gonna head
43.
Bryce Young, 300 yards. Book it. I don't know. You booking 300 yards, Sheena?
I think so. I think so.
Nah,
You don't think
nah,
so?
nah.
I'd be spot on with Bryce's performances. I don't know
Okay,
why. Like I
well,
said yesterday, I was like, I got a feeling. Like as I saw before I even saw the score of Niners. And I'm sorry, not the Niners, the Bucks and the Rams. I said, I don't know. I got a feeling about this game.
you said you had a feeling. Passing yards, the defense is um, ranked 28th in passing defense. So there could be an opportunity there.
And the Falcons were number
NFL,
one.
yeah, yeah,
The game.
somebody
I
made
always
a
say
good
the game
point.
has to be played. The game has to be played.
Somebody said he can get he might get 350. Oh, a Niner fan. Oh, welcome to the chat, Niner fan. Defense is trash. Somebody
I
said
haven't watched many
NFL
Niners
kid,
games,
if he can throw for 448 on ATL, I think 300 are possible. Fair
but see,
point.
that's here's this. Here's this. Let's see. Is this the one that I wanted? They didn't touch Jacoby Brissett unscathed. He had all the time in the world back there. All the time in the world back there.
Here's what Derek Brown had to
That's the
say about
big
the game.
this week. McCaffrey with talent.
Why isn't it up
I
there?
mean, he's not just a good player; he's a great player. Especially being here at Christian, seeing that guy's work ethic, what he can do for a football team. I mean, it's a special thing.
How do you defend a guy like him?
You keep him in front of you. Because once he gets by you, you got a lot of problems. You got to find him quickly. I'll tell you that.
And I know you're on the line, but what type of matchup problems could George Kittle present you guys?
I mean, he's dynamic, right? He blocks in the run game. He freaking gets out and gets wide open. And I mean, he's got the speed to be able to get into the secondary. I mean, he's just definitely like a triple threat. You got to be able to guard him, but that's for the back end guys.
Do you think the back end guys can guard Kittle?
They've had
You
trouble
said
matching up with tight ends.
you said
Tight
that was a
ends
concern
are
of yours.
the Achilles heel. It just depends on how Evero's going to dial it up. If he plays a soft zone, they're going to light him up. And Kittle is my concern more so than Christian McCaffrey because they have statistically, historically not covered tight ends well. Fortunately, the Falcons tend to forget that they have Kyle Pitts often. It wasn't really an issue. But earlier teams that played the Panthers, their tight ends got off.
All right, one
It's
more
been a,
thing
and
before
it-
we
and it's been a
go.
thing since it's been a thing since before this season. So I mean, we'll see. Maybe the tides change tonight.
Tonight is the statement game. Time to hush the doubters. What what happens if the Panthers win this game? What does that mean, and what does it mean if they lose? Outside of just being in first place in the NFC South, what does it mean for the how people view this team?
Well, for starters, I think it's a testament that they're playing in prime time. They didn't have any prime time games last season. You remember Canales' reaction to that is, "Hey, we got to earn it," I guess. And all eyes are on them. A lot of times people are kind of pissed off at Gronkowski's comments last night about the Niners being infinite, or was it the Bucks? He said somebody was infinitely more talented. I don't pay attention to things like that because these guys know the game of football, no doubt.
They
They
do
played the game
not
of football,
watch
were
these
great.
teams.
They know, but they do not watch these teams. When I hear
They
somebody give,
don't.
it's lazy analysis. If you're just repeating that the offensive line is bad, if you're just repeating that Bryce is bad or can't see over the line, you're just spitting out lazy analysis and you're not watching these teams. So I take what they say with a grain of salt. Do they know the game of football? Absolutely. But they're not watching these teams. They're not watching this team, but tonight everybody is.
And
So
that's
I
the
think that
thing. Like
other than the state, other than the rankings in the division, it's going to solidify that Carolina is for real for the people that have not seen those 1 o'clock games and there's like 5 other games slated at the same time. So that's
I
my
think
take on it. It's
I think
respect.
the goalpost moves for the Panthers more than anybody else. So
Oh,
they
for
could come
sure.
out and beat San Francisco, and then next week will be another statement game. Oh well, they haven't beaten anybody. Now they got to beat
Or not even just that.
they
You'll
got
get
to
the
beat the
fans.
Rams.
You get the fans. We're the Panthers Super Bowl, and I'm like, okay, so they won like 3 Super Bowls this season. Everybody claims that when the Panthers beat them, that they're the only team the Panthers get up for. It is the National Football League, and this year more so than any other year, it's wide open to me. Anybody can be beat at any given time. You saw the Giants take the Lions to the brink yesterday. So any given week, any given Sunday or Monday in this case. So I think they're playing
Yeah,
for respect tonight.
that's it. I was just about to say that. Like you go to Green Bay, you beat the Packers when they were the best team in the NFC South. If you come here and you beat the 49ers when nobody really is giving you opportunity, this will now make people start respecting and paying attention to this team. Not that they necessarily need it, because I think they're internally motivated, and I think they are honestly somewhat fueled by the doubters and fueled by the hate,
Lack of
um,
respect, for
and
sure.
fueled by and are fueled by being in that underdog type role. That works for them, but if they win on this stage tonight, people will start taking notice. They will have no other choice but to. And then they're in the driver's seat going forward. And you got to talk about, I think, what the news came out about Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I think they said that his injury was more extensive than they thought it was going to be.
Oh,
Y'all
the
help me out in
MRI's
the
been done.
comments.
The MRI's
Yeah,
been done.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't see
And they
the
said
results
something
of that.
about that there was more damage. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I saw something about there being more damage than what they originally expected. I gotta find that. Um, but yeah, I mean, not that I mean Baker Mayfield is a good player, but okay, he sprained his left shoulder, low grade sprain, sore set following in my low grade. Okay, so low grade sprain. Oh, that's not that bad. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I still think that Tampa is overhyped as a team, and I've been saying that this whole
you
time.
have.
So,
You
so if
have.
the Panthers can get this win, that means that they would be in control in NFC South. And I think outside of the Rams, like they can beat New Orleans in New Orleans. And I'm not scared of the Bucks. I'm not scared of the Bucks. And I've been saying that all season. I don't think
Yeah.
they're like that. I don't. All right, guys. We have 2,000 people watching us right now. If you are not subscribed, then why not?
What you doing?
Because what are we doing? We are going to also have a halftime space. So make sure if you're following us on Twitter, make sure that you join us for the halftime space. We're going to go down to the field, get a few pictures and videos. Make sure you're following us, Sheena underscore Marie 3, Bash Miss Carolina Blitz, and keep blitzing on Twitter. And then yeah, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button. We appreciate the support, guys. We want to hop on here real quick because this is a special occasion, right? This is a
We'll
special
see you
occasion.
guys at halftime, though. It isn't goodbye. It's just see you. We'll talk to you a little bit later. So make sure you guys are tuned into that quick blitz halftime report and give us your thoughts on how the game is going.
And the pickle, I think he doesn't. That's my if y'all do prop bets. Sheena, I think hey,
I got to see how he comes out the tunnel. That's going to tell
okay,
me
we're
everything I
gonna
need to
we're
know.
gonna watch for that. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribing.